Hello, I'm Colleen Gallagher, CEO at Onward and Upward, and you're listening to the Association Insights podcast, where each week we interview association leaders from across the country to hear how they're trying new things, taking big risks, and delivering value for their members. We'll explore the realities of what it means to work in and with associations and bring you the insights and inspiration you need to advance your career and make big changes at your association. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Association Insights podcast. I'm your host, Colleen Gallagher, and today we're doing another short solo cast. This one's a solo rapid fire edition that's all about delivering quick, candid advice on some of the most common and some of the most overlooked challenges that associations face. These are the questions that we hear all the time from association professionals at every level, and while every organization is different, the goal here is to give you quick, actionable ideas that you can take back to your team or your board. So let's dive in. First question, what's the number one mistake associations make with messaging? This one's easy. Talking about themselves instead of their members. Make your members the hero. Your message should start with what your members need, not what your association does. Make it about them. Next question, what's the first thing to do when engagement drops? Pick up the phone. Stop relying on just your dashboards. Call 5 members. Ask them what's working, what's not. Real conversations are what lead to real insights. Don't get me wrong, I love data. I think it's so important. But when you start seeing the data telling you something is wrong, talk to the members to get to the heart of it, and that's where you'll find your solutions. Okay, what's one overlooked way to boost retention? Celebrate milestones. Such a simple thing. A 1-year member anniversary email, a handwritten note, or even a shout out in your newsletter goes a long way toward making members feel seen. Just think about what builds loyalty for a company for you. Create a program around this too. Don't just try and do one-off things or something here and there, because that's when things slip through the cracks and you don't do the recognition that your members deserve. All right, how do you make advocacy campaigns more engaging? This one's tough because I know we're always trying to find ways to get members more bought in and more engaged and helping spread the word. But where you can win here, personalize and localize. Show members how a bill or regulation affects them, their job, their business, their family. Policy is personal. And if you want to get people fighting on your side, then you got to show them why it matters. All right, what's one thing every board meeting should include? For me, it's a member moment. Share a quick story about how a member benefited from your work. It keeps the focus on mission and impact, and it keeps things high level. I've seen way too many boards who want to get too involved in the day-to-day minutia and operations of an association, and that does not help anyone. All right, next up is how do I get members to care about strategic planning? I know this one's not easy, but there's a great solution. Let them co-create it. Host a listening session, crowdsource an idea board. People support what they help shape, and it cannot be a token effort. They need to really feel that they're being heard and listened to, and that you're acting on what they say. Now, this doesn't mean that, okay, they said this idea, we have to do this. That's not the case, and I know that's the biggest objection to taking this kind of strategy. But if you're not going to take them up on one of their ideas, let them know why. Tell them you heard it and what you did instead and how it shaped a new idea. There's a lot of ways to get them involved and make them feel heard so that they can have a say and then also a strong sense of ownership over that strategic plan. All right, what's a low lift, high impact way to improve your comms efforts? Use one message in many formats. That's my go-to easy but big win. If you write a great email, then turn it into a LinkedIn post. Make it a blog. Make it a short video. Make it a podcast episode. Anything you can do. One message, many moments. It's so simple, yet so powerful. Next question asks, what's the best way to handle hot button issues? Go back to your values. It always comes down to that, right? If the issue ties to your mission and member impact, you can and should communicate about it thoughtfully. Silence can say way more than you think. Understand you likely will face blowback if it's a divisive issue. The win isn't not having anyone disagree with you. It's in how you handle that blowback. come at it with facts, not emotions. And in the end, while that member or members may still disagree, they are much more likely to also still respect you. Okay, what's your favorite tip for internal team communications? This is one I love. Start your weekly team meeting with one thing that worked. Momentum matters. You've got to celebrate the progress, no matter how small. It gets people excited. It makes them think that they're doing something that matters. It's validating. Don't we all want that? I think far too often in associations, we're so busy. We wear so many hats. So you're really quick to move on to what's next. But you got to remember to celebrate the wins too. Okay, what's one small change that can make a big difference right now? This is one of my favorites. Ditch the jargon. And every association needs to hear this. We all need to hear this, right? You've got to rewrite just one paragraph of your website or newsletter today. Do it in plain human language. Take the jargon out. If a 10th grader can understand it, we're on the right track. That is the biggest complaint that I hear from media, from external stakeholders to associations is none of this makes sense to me because they're talking in another language. So be sure you talk in a language that everyone can understand. All right, what's one thing every association should try this year? A pilot. It's as simple as that. Whether it's a new member experience, a micro-learning series, volunteer model, launch something scrappy and small. Test it, learn, iterate, just try new things. Whatever you do, don't fall into the trap of, well, let's just do it like we've always done. Because that is one of the big knocks against associations is, well, this is how we do it. This is how we need to do it. So pick something and pilot it this year and let me know how it goes. All right, our last question. What's your go-to advice when everything feels like too much? We've all been there, right? Well, zoom out. What's your mission? Who are you helping? What's one next right step? Don't try to fix everything at once. Start with that impact. All right, well, that's it for this rapid fire edition of the Association Insights podcast. I hope you all enjoyed these quick takes today and they give you something to think about or even something to act on today. We know the summer is crazy for everyone, so wanted to do this really quick listen to hopefully still give you some big takeaways. So if you did like this format, I'd love it if you let me know on LinkedIn or just shoot me a message. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway or even your own rapid fire question and answer that you think benefits associations. And as always, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss an episode. Share it with someone on your team who might need a quick jolt of insight today or a little inspiration. And be sure to stay tuned for our July series where we're going to focus on sponsorships, partnerships, and non-dues revenue. Until next time, keep doing the work that matters.
That's a wrap for today's episode. The Association Insights podcast, previously known as the Association 100 podcast, is a production of Onward and Upward Marketing and Communications, where our mission is to make associations and nonprofits the go-to source in their industries through earned media and thought leadership. This podcast is an extension of our newsletter, a bi-monthly collection of best practices, top trends, helpful ideas, and smart strategies delivered straight to your inbox. Have you undertaken a big change at your association? Or do you have some words of wisdom from the trenches of association life? We want to hear from you, and so do our listeners. Drop us a note at info@onwardupward.com. That's info@onwrdupwrd.com. Be sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share with your friends and colleagues. We're available anywhere podcasts are found. Come back next week for more association insights and inspiration. Thanks for tuning in.